Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I'm coming at you with another Wargaming in miniature live stream. I've decided to go ahead and stream this live. It saves me from having to record it and then go back and edit it later. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on building a cityscape for my market garden campaign. Yes, for the campaign, but also for the convention. We have a section of Arnhem, or a section of town in Holland, anywhere really, where in this battle the British are going to be trying to take the town from the Germans. And I've got a 2x4 section of tiles there that we're going to convert into cobblestone, also with some road and some gravel and stuff like that. All right, so now just so you know, we're going to be using a little bit of this Woodland Scenics Fine Ballast, the gray blend, because it's got a little bit of the white and the gray in there together. Matches up with this paper very well. This paper came from Scenery Sheet. Okay, you probably can't see that. And also my focus. I didn't even check my focus. Is that what the heck is going on here? I can throw that away. That's no problem. Scenery Sheets. Scenerysheets.com. This comes in a pack of 5. It's just paper. It's not textured in any way. It's 8.5 by 11. What I'm going to do is we're going to cut it up and we're going to place it and glue it onto the rest of the tiles. Okay, so I'm just going to toss those. Now, this cobblestone road here that I'm using is a, I don't know if you could tell, but it's kind of like a fabric, actually. It's a very nice, sturdy fabric. I'm pulling on it. It's no big deal. It's not doing anything. And then it's printed. Now, I used to have a cobblestone road from this company, and I thought I was going to be getting the exact same thing, but this is actually better. The one that I bought had like a rubber backing, and it made it really thick. This actually makes it really thin, and I like this a lot better. And this came from Village Accessories, Cobblestone Street, Department 56. Yeah, they make, this company makes a lot of winter terrain for like, for Christmas scenes. Like you might have a tree with some snow on it. You might have a wall or a fence with snow on it, and carolers and lights and stuff like that. But they also make these cobblestone roads. Okay, I'm going to toss this. Okay, I see now that I didn't get everything out that I needed. Okay, I've got my X-Acto knife, cutting mat, my glue. One more thing. What else do I need? I need my brush. Where did I put that brush at? Thought I put it right here. It's not right there. It's not right there either. Okay, I've been doing a lot of terrain building. I've lost my brush. It's probably on the shelf just staring right at me. It was in a tub staring right at me. Okay, and I'm going to use a 1-inch brush to apply any glue that I need to apply. I don't know why I've got this ruler out. Don't plan to use that. Okay, so my thought process is that I'm gonna, if you already know, I've already made a bunch of these tiles, right? These 1 foot by 1 foot flocked tiles. Now I made some more, and of course I still have a lot more to go, but I've got some blank ones. And if you don't already know, we have the hobby plywood on the back side, and then we got the corkboard on the top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting the cobblestones and gravel onto the cork. Okay, but the theory here is that I'm going to use this as the cobblestone street. But I want to put this cobblestone street down the center of a 6-inch tile. That's going to leave a little bit of a gap along the outside edge, right? And that's perfectly fine, because what I'm planning on doing is filling that outside edge with gravel, right? Just graveling it up, super thin, light, smooth, just gravel. Now, because these are whole tiles, this is a whole tile, and this road is also going to be going down this street, I'm going to need to center it on half of the 6-inch. So let me try to visualize this for you. If this was a road that I put against this tile right here, this second piece would also have to be centered on that tile like that, if that makes sense. Okay, and then a little bit of gravel on both sides, and then hobby paper covering the rest of the tile. Okay, that's my plan. That is the plan for this evening. Okay. This is not a full 4 feet. This is just shy about 1 inch. So what I was thinking was, on the end of that tile, leaving, which is actually this tile, leaving a little bit extra off the edge, and just basically faking the gravel on the end. Okay. But this tile should have the full force. Ah, there it is. I keep walking away because there's things I need. Like my coffee. Now I have chat up on my computer, which is halfway across the room. It's actually where I went to get the coffee. But I'm not really staring at it because I'm not sitting at my computer. I'm going to be working over here. But every now and then, I'm going to glance up and look over there And if you have some comments or you want to say hi, do that, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. All right. This is going to be a later step, so that's not like right away. Now, I'm going to use this as a ruler, right? Simple enough. And I'm going to draw this. And again, it doesn't really have to be super accurate, but I don't want it to be so far crazy that, you know. Okay. So far, so good. This one, I don't know if I like these divots in my road, because what will wind up happening is, as gameplay happens, the paper will get punctured and it'll go through that tile. I have a handful of these. What I need to do is find one that's got less holes in it. It's great for the dirt roads, but for the cobblestone road, I don't really like it. Okay, that one looks actually pretty good. It could also just be potholes. Yeah, I think I like that one best. Now, when I put the cobblestone road on there and I let it dry, I'm going to go back later and brush the sides to sprinkle the gravel. And what will actually happen is, it'll actually cover some of the cobblestone road with some of the gravel, and that's okay. That's an okay scenario. That's kind of what I'm looking forward to, actually. Okay, now this has got a pretty. These got some big holes in this thing. Yeah, so, for that road, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, actually. Basically, I'm cherry picking my tiles, because some of these tiles can be woodlands or fields, and with those holes, that's perfectly fine. Some of them I'm actually going to be doing. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, that's going to be a good road. Actually, I think that's going to be a good road too. Okay. Now this one is going to go all the way to the end. Now I could take this and slice it. What I think I'm going to do, move this out of the way. I'm using my tile here that I'm going to be putting the road on as my template. Okay. I cut pretty easily, actually. That's pretty nice. And now I'm just going to glue that on. Just like that. So we're going to prepare a glue and water mixture. I never imagined me ever going through this entire bucket of Elmer's glue, you know, in my lifetime. But, wow, I'm already down to there. I must do a lot of model building, a lot of terrain, a lot of flocking of miniatures. Okay, that's probably enough to do this entire project. Okay. Now I'm going to put more than 50% water. It's going to be probably a 60-40. Let me go add some water. Okay, so there is water and Elmer's, and I'm going to stir it up, and it looks all nasty, but we're going to keep going because it's not fully mixed yet. I watched a streamer say you mix it up to the consistency of milk. Well, I don't know what kind of milk he's drinking. Unless he's talking about goat milk straight from the camel. Yeah, so I'm doing this live mainly because I was going to do it anyway, and I figured let's go ahead and record it. And then I said, no, let's not record it. Let's just stream it, because somebody might want to actually see how long it actually takes, because it's not like a 5-minute project. I could edit it down to like 30 minutes, but it's going to take longer than that. And I want you to really be able to see what's going on. Now I could put the glue on the back of this and then push it down. Or I could put the glue on this and then push it down. I don't know. I think I'm going to put the glue on this. Oh, I got glue on the cork. That's okay. Now, this is not paper. It's not wood. It's not cardstock or anything, so I wouldn't expect this to curl up or shrink with this glue being all over it. Right? Like wood, paper, or wood, paper, or cardstock or anything like that. It has a tendency to shrink. I don't anticipate this shrinking. And really, I'm just eyeballing it, aren't I? Yeah, I got my 6-inch marks right there, so I'm trying to make both sides about the same. And you can see it soaks through. Yeah, that's actually laying on there nice and flat, and the glue's holding it. I mean, I'm getting glue on my hands because it's actually coming through this paper, because I don't know if you can see it. If I hold it up to the light, you might not be able to tell. You can't really see that. But it's porous. I can see right through it. It's kind of like a fabric with a little bit of this paint on it to make it look like it's cobblestone. Well, that's one of my cobblestone streets right there. I might need another one of these. And the reason is because I'm getting ready to pick up some of this paper and stash it. Stash it over there. All the ones that, and I don't need to have these buildings out. I just got the buildings out to kind of give me a clue of how the buildings are going to be setting up on the tile. Okay, that doesn't look like much right now. Give it time. Give it time. All right, this one's going to have the same type of road, so we're going to mark it. And if I really wanted to, I could butt it up against that and then use the actual road as the mark. But guess what? I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it like that. I don't want to be perfect. I want there to be discrepancies and errors. I don't know if you've ever been to any of my channel streams or anything when I'm talking about terrain. I always talk about how I want there to be mistakes. One of the reasons why I say that is because the in my opinion, there is no terrain that is perfect. Everything should have flaws. Period. like that. That's fine. And that's not 2 feet. Okay. Okay, so this will be the one right next to it. Yeah, I have a tendency to cut a little bit too much for some reason. Am I not shaping it just right? I don't know. Okay. Time to do a little repair work with my scissors. My skizzers. There we go. Oh, what? There's a burr. There, not anymore. Okay. Bada bang. Okay, let's do our brusher thingamajigger. What's really cool, I ordered this through Hobby Link. Hobby Link carries a lot of model railroading, terrain building. That's where I got the plywood from. That's where I get all my flock from. I get it at Hobby Link because they have outstanding prices. And when you order from them, like every $1 you spend or something like that gives you points. It's a reward point for being a member. And then once you get so many points, or basically you can, anytime you order, you can use your points to reduce the cost. So over time, you build up your points. That's what I do. And then when I feel like I want to go ahead and use the points, then I use them. I think I actually used the points on this order here, actually. Looking good. Okay, now it doesn't look like anything much right now. Let me keep going, and then you'll actually see what it progresses into. Okay, my hands. That's what it's progressing into. It's progressing into my hands. Okay, the town square. I'm not actually putting any of this cobblestone road. I'm putting one on this tile coming off of the town square, and then I'm putting one on this tile coming off the town square. The town square is actually going to be this paper cardstock. I mean, it's not cardstock, it's paper actually. It's not even cardstock. Ooh, that stretched and shuffled a little bit. Okay, maybe not. Okay, number 2, perfect. Yeah, I don't see anybody in the chat right now, but that's fine. If you just want to watch, or if you're watching this later on YouTube, because I am uploading it to YouTube at the same time that I'm streaming it. Okay. That paper can go there. Just looking at this tile, looks like the best place for this road might be this side right there. All right, let's do it. Okay, we're gonna mark that road. We're gonna mark it here. Let's go about it a little bit different this time. I'm going to use my scissors. That's right, you heard me. Scissors. Oh, there's the road. I'm like all over the place. Okay. Yep, I can go all the way to there. Yeah, this is the end of that curls up. Perfectly fine. Yeah, here we go. Try to get it to go flat as I can get it. There we go. Yep. And then you can see this piece is not a full 12 inches long. So there's about ½ inch there, ½ inch there. I'm going to bring it all the way to the edge, and then I'm going to fill that with gravel, I think, or, yeah. Yeah. Okay, but this is the full 12 inch, right? Yeah, okay. That's going on that one. All right, let's do it. Let's do the glue. Now, this has kind of got maybe like a little bit of a vinyl texture or vinyl properties to it, so the glue doesn't necessarily want to grip it, but because it is porous, you can see that the glue is kind of seeping in, so it will grip it. It's just you got to be generous, or I should say liberal, with the glue. Maybe that was a little too liberal. That's all right. It needs to be spread out anyway, so. So yeah, I've decided I'm going to do 2 of the tables with tiles down at the convention. We're going to have the 101st and the first para are both going to be on tiles. The 82nd at Nijmegen is not going to be on tiles. That's actually just going to be on a play mat. But that's okay because they're basically out on a hill somewhere. They're not in a town. There's no roads. There might be a creek or something in their area. I'll have to figure out what kind of terrain I'm gonna put on their table. But yeah. Okay, that one little piece doesn't want to get pushed down. There's glue there. I need to apply some pressure on it. In this corner. If I had like safety pins, I could probably pin it in there and when it dried, pull the pins out. I'm just talking to myself. Maybe I should do that. I have pins somewhere. I have pins somewhere. I have everything. That's why they call me Mr. Everything. Okay, pins, where are you? I think you're over here somewhere. I see all these different types of glues. Paper clips. No, I thought I had pins like right here. Oh, there's them. Okay. Oh, really? There's some extra blades. Look what I found. Another magic blade. In a file. Okay. That's not where my pins are, though. In there? In there? Nope. No. Not in there either? Okay. Well, dang. I could have swore they were like right here. Am I looking in the right place? Are they hidden? There's a clip. I could use a clip. Actually, I could use a clip. You know what? I could use one of these. It'll probably work just fine. Plus, I'm going to be putting more glue on top of this when I put the gravel on. I have pins. I get a whole little sewing needle pin collection somewhere. I don't even know where it is. Really? I'm actually surprised. Ooh, glue gushed out of that one. Okay, we're gonna let that sit over there for a second while we go to town on this bad boy. Okay, so it's nice and smooth here. It's a little rough over here, so this is where the gravel's going. Which side is the straightest? Okay, this side's the straightest. Actually, neither one of them straight. That's fine. Okay, apply the glue. Spread it around, work it into the fabric because it is kind of a fabric-y material. Let's apply a little bit more just because. Now normally I would like put a book down or something like that to make it lay flat, but the problem with doing that is it's porous and the glue is kind of seeping through the tile. So a book or whatever I put on there would stick to it as well, and we can't be having all that. Okay. Now that corner needs to stick. Like Mr. Everything, how many of these freaking clamps do you have? I have all of them. Yeah, I bought a big bag of clamps last year when I was making the canvas terrain mat for our black powder game that we played at the same convention I'm going to this year. So basically I had them a year ago. I had them for a year. You know, when we're done with this project, I'm going to find those pins. Okay. Yeah, this one already looks dry. Yeah, they look and feel dry already. Yeah, so you get kind of a cobblestone road on the tile right there. Okay. Right. Okay, so now what I need to do is we're going to put the paper on this. Right, it's going to go all the way to the edge. And then we're going to cut it. I think it would be best to draw on this side. Okay, I'm going to check my focus because I don't want it to go in and out of focus all the time. I'm using my Warlord Games pen. Whoops. I'm going to push this right to the edge. Perfect. Perfect. This is why I have this metal ruler, so I can lay it down. So I can lay it down for straight lines. Like so. So that's going to go there. This is going to go there. Those two the seams should kind of disappear as the tiles kind of blend in with each other. Kind of, sort of, in a way. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So far, so good. Perfect line. That's one of them there. Cobblestonies right there. And then I'm going to put a little boop right there. And boop. Okay. Boop. Boop, boop, doop. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit tricky because I'm going to apply the glue, put this down, but I'm going to have to put something on top of it. So I think I'm going to use my wax paper. I might have to go grab some more wax paper. To keep whatever I put on top to flatten it out. from sticking to it, which I think I'll put a tile. Okay, so we'll set this off to the side somewhere, and there, and there, and there. All right, here we go. This paper, once it gets wet, it's going to start to curl up. That's why I would have to put something on top of it to press down against it. Now normally if I was putting flock on this, I'd be putting glue down inside those holes. But because we're not doing flock, we're just doing a sheet of paper, don't need to fill those holes with glue. All right, here we go. Line the edges up most importantly. Yep, that edge is good. See how it's starting to curl up? It's trying to get away. Can't let that happen. No. I think I used too much water. Yep. When you use too much water, it starts to bubble up, stretch, curl like this. I knew that. When I did this, I was like, okay, I know that. What am I doing? I think I might have to go back and redo this one. trying to repair this. Because I messed up. Once I put it on there, I knew I messed up. Yeah, that was my fault. Try a little bit different technique this time. I knew that too. I knew that. Okay. I could use a spray cement, or I could use some tacky glue. Using my glue applicator. Much better. Much better. that's much better application. Much better, much better. So, make sure I got a piece big enough for this tile. Set that out right there. And I'm going to set this tile face down on the wax paper. Let's apply some pressure to it. There we go. Got some downward pressure on it. Okay, that was an important lesson learned. Too much water. Luckily, I stock up on aliens. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this tile as well. Okay. Now I think I don't want this to go all the way to the edge. I've been thinking that I want the paper to go right up to where the road is, because remember, I'm going to be putting gravel along here. And if I wind up putting gravel along here, those two pieces will butt up together and they'll both have gravel. If I go all the way to the edge with the cobblestone, which that's fine, but if I do, then the cobblestone will come right up to the edge of the road where the gravel is, and that's also fine. So it's kind of a hit or miss on how I want to do that. If I put it in like this, and I wind up putting gravel here and here, then when I put another tile next to it, if I do the same thing on that tile, the cobblestones won't match up. So I basically have to cover the whole thing with cobblestones. That's kind of what I'm getting. Like that. And then of course I'll be cutting this. Okay. So this is a way to do it. But I think I can just do gravel along the back side, because I don't want this whole tile to be cobblestone. Or do I? I don't know. Sounds like my neighbor's home. Hear the door opening and closing. So I think we're going to go cobblestone here, cobblestone there. And I don't know if I want to do cobblestone or just gravel right back there. If I just do all cobblestone, then this whole tile can just be a cobblestone tile and I can just put it out however I want. I think that's what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do. Draw your name in the terrain. Go a bit over. There we go. Something you have to be aware of when you're working with cork, a lot of times, like just now, my finger with the glue picked up some of the cork cells, just picked it up. And so I had cork cells on my finger. Basically, they're like little cork stones. And if I had put the tile on top of the corks with those stones on there, it would poke through the paper, right? And so you don't want that. There's like a little stone right there. It's another one actually. Where'd it go? There it goes. Okay, it's good. All right, so that's very nice. Much better. Much better. Okay. Use this paper towel kind of softly, pressing it into the glue. Starting to bubble and curl. Oh no. Need to hurry my ass up. So that I can turn it over and apply some pressure to it. Get rid of all those bubbles. Dang it. Okay. I think I'll let that one dry a moment. Before I get into this piece right there. Some pressure to that one as well. Okay. Now if I'm able to save a sheet, other sheets. Sweet. Sweet. You know what? I'm going to cut it right on the cork. Screw it. Oh, I didn't cut all the way through. Okay. Because I didn't want to cut the cork, so I wasn't pushing super hard. Another piece I'm saving. Okay. Wow, okay. I saved quite a few of these. Nice. Okay. Yep, I'll put it on there just like so. And then once it's done, we're going to flip it over and put it on a piece of wax paper. I probably should do the whole thing here at one time. Right? What do you think? Think that's prudent? I do too. That way I don't wait for one to dry while I go to apply for the second one. They'll both go on and then I'll apply pressure. I'm learning as I go. This stream's probably going to be long. So this video is probably going to be long. I'm not editing it, obviously. You're watching it live. If you're listening to me, like at work or something like that, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Normally I don't do a whole lot of terrain on the stream. I do like models and stuff. But, I mean, not live anyway. Okay, I want to go a little bit over the edge. There we go. Perfecto. Because I wanted to grip the edge, nothing else, you know. That's the most important thing to grab. Yeah, some of this is... Some spots are thicker than others. That's okay. why I have a Mark 1 glue distribution tool. Specifically right in there. Okay. I think I put just the right amount of glue on this one. Don't want too much glue in any one spot, and don't want too thin glue in the other spot. Alright, let's go with this. See what we get. See what kind of shenanigans we can get into. Okay, let's prepare this. I'm ready to place it down. Yeah, that's like perfect. All the bubbling that's getting ready to happen. Won't. Yep, that's what pressure. Oh. There is one last one of these that I need to do. Okay. Put them right there, add some weight. Okay. Even though those things don't weigh anything. Okay guys, before I start on this one, I'm going to go take a little break. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Yeah, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, and this one is the full ones. And then these guys are all going to be half ones. Okay, okay. So, and this one doesn't really have to be a full one. It could be one of those that has gravel on the side. I think that's what we're going to do. Except I cut that little piece. It could be gravel too. I could have gravel all along there. That's no problem. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. And there'll be just like a little strip. Not sure if I like that. Not sure if I like that tile to be a... Yeah, that tile's better. Could do it like that. It's like this little, I can make like a little gravel thing like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. Along the edge. Right along the edge. That's going to go there, actually. Okay, this is the last one of the full tiles with the paper cobblestones. Okay, what have we learned tonight? Well, don't put too much water in your glue or your paper will curl up and shrink. Actually, it was growing, actually. Don't try to do one and then the second one, because then it will, the first one will start curling up before you get a chance to finish your second one. So do them both at the same time. cork has these little stones that pull up when you're applying the glue to it. This paper is not as good as the knock cobblestone. I had some knock cobblestone before. It comes on kind of like a cardstock, and it's, oh my gosh, look at all those stones. It comes on like a cardstock, and it's also textured. But it also costs the same for one sheet that this costs for 5 sheets. So I'm not making like a professional diorama or anything. I'm just doing wargaming terrain. So I didn't feel like I needed 10 sheets of the knock stuff, because that would have been expensive. I did think of maybe just scattering some ballast around, you know, just to make it look like it's stones or whatever, and not really worrying about the cobblestone look. But that would have been the other end of the spectrum. I wanted it to look good, but I didn't want to spend a fortune on it. So I went with the paper. And let's see what we get. Okay, that should do it for that. Let's prep a spot on the table for wax paper. Okay, this guy's ready to go. Let's kind of clean that off a little bit. There we go. And that too. Okay. Flip it. Lay it down the wax paper. Okay, while those are drying, we're probably going to start working on our gravel. But before I start that, I wanted to just say, this is the end of part 1. I'm going to stop the stream, and I'm going to give it a few moments, and then I'm going to restart the stream, and then later, when I go back to YouTube, I'm going to label them as part 1, part 2, part 3, however long it takes. But I've been on here for couple hours now, so I don't want it to be too long per part. So we're going to take a short 5-minute break, and then I'm going to restart the stream. See you in a minute.